Greetings everyone, and welcome to part 3 of Mega Man 2. And now it's time to kill some more Robot Masters, starting with this guy, Crash Man. And I think I'm going to stick with the stars for the selection pick screen from this point forward. I mean, the birds, I showed it off just for Airman, and it'd be kind of boring if I did for the remaining Robot Masters, so yeah. Anyway, these enemies here, I believe they are called the Tellies, and they'll just pop up and just hover towards Mega Man. I mean, you can use Metal Blades to take them out, but they'll always respawn. Always. And they can be annoying, too. However, they are a good source of farming if you need some health, weapon energy. You can even get some lives off them if you are patient enough. But for the sake of this playthrough, we're just going to press on forward. And hi, Mets! Haven't seen you since, last game. Yeah, Mets are the Goombas of the Mega Man verse, so, yeah. Let's see, they appear in pretty much every single game of the Classic series. I believe they appear some in the X series. I think they appear in the Zero series and even the ZX series, I believe. So, yeah, that's a long time. Yeah, these platforms right here, they can be a little bit tedious if you're just going straight to the ladder. Again, I've seen examples of playthroughs where the player would just shoot to the music while riding the platforms because, again, this looks boring. I mean, I have to go through this complicated track in order to reach the good old ladder that's right there. So, yeah. That is, unless you don't have a certain item on hand. And, yeah, we get from defeating a, well, we don't get it yet because we haven't defeated the Robot Masters that have it yet. So, yeah. Okay, let's go on and talk about, Crash Man here. Alright, Crash Man is a combat robot master that was built by Dr. Wily using the designs of Bomb Man and Guts Man as a base, having explosive weapons and a thick armor that can withstand explosions. I mean. He also has high speed and agility. His special weapon is Crash Bomber, a powerful drill-type bomb that attaches itself to the target. According to Dr. Wily, Crash Man is usually obedient, but he can go on a riot out of his hands when angry. Okay, who wrote this? Basically, he can get a little upset every now and then. Case in point, the Archie Comics did an adaptation of this very arc, Mega Man 2, and yeah, when Mega Man confronted Crash Man, well, Mega Man made fun of his arms, and, well, Crash Man went a little nuts. Went a little trigger happy and blew the tower to pieces. But, hey. I mean, I believe this is the first Robot Master that does not have any hands, period. So, yeah, it'll become a staple of later games, you know. Let's see here. Needle Man won't have any arms. Napalm Man, shoot. There's some others I know of, but I can't remember them off the top of my head. I'm sorry. And these birds can be annoying because, you know, they drop those eggs that spawn little birds, and if you get hit, down you go from this tower area. Now, I could have gone the other ladders, you know, avoid this mess altogether. I mean, I still would have gotten hit by the birds, but at the same time, if you go this way, at the end of this pathway, we will get a special reward. So, yeah. Okay, now, about the Crash Man name thing, yeah, it turns out there's a bit of a conflict on to his name. Turns out, oh, that's the reason I came here, E-Tank. And I'm going to show off item 2 right here, briefly. Don't worry, we will show off its full potential next stage. Yeah, anyway, back to the whole Crash Man, Clash Man kind of thing. It all stems from the fact that, you know how the Japanese like to switch the R's and L's of naming things? So in Japan, Crash Man is known as Clash Man, and it's kind of odd when you think about it. I mean, sometimes the English translation has Clash Man, sometimes it's Crash Man, but folks, it's Crash Man. Crash Man. Alright? Okay. Anyway, Crash Man here is weak against Airman's weapon. Because, air disrupts things? I have no idea why. Otherwise, what you need to know, it just takes 2 things of air shooter and dead. Just like that. Sorry, Crash Man. You just crashed and burned. And I'm probably going to get a lot of booze for that. Oh well. Okay, so we get the weapon from Crash Man, Crash Bomber, with the freaking 2. Let's move on, shall we? Alright, our next victim is going to be you, Heat Man. Alright. And again, why the music in this game is very catchy. I'm serious. We got a bunch of helicopter enemies. We're just gonna go plow right through them because, well, I'm not in the mood. And more tellies. Goody. Just keep moving, keep shooting things that are in your way. You should be fine. Out of my way. And the thing about the tellies, they only appear 3 at a time. That's because of the limited programming of the day, so that's lucky. I mean, if the programmers were able to program like more than 3, there could be a little problem. You know, what could have been better is if the tellies were only programmed to appear in 2s, or 1s, or even less. That would be good. Now, of course, I'm using that whole make the enemies disappear by making them go off screen glitch, because I don't want to deal with enemies right now, because, ugh. And these things right here, I kind of forgot how they die, to be honest. I'm sorry. Hold on, let me look it up right quick while I study the pattern of these annoying reappearing, disappearing blocks. Oh my god. I hate these things. Okay, springy. Okay, I got it. The Springers, as they're called. They are vulnerable to Leaf Shield, Quick Boomerang, or Bubble Lead. Okay. Had I known that earlier, I could have killed them and saved me the trouble of, well, risking to getting hit by memorizing these annoying reappearing, disappearing blocks. Okay, so let's see. What's Heat Man's deal? Heat Man. Heat Man is a combat robot master created by Dr. Wily based on Fireman's design. His body is highly resistant to heat and fire and has the shape of a Zippo lighter. The lid sometimes shutting down unintentionally. He has a dial on his back that regulates the power of his flames, which he's unaware of, because Wily is a douche like that, because he has a sick sense of humor. Heat Man's special weapon is Atomic Fire, which can produce flames up to 12,000 degrees Celsius, or 21,632 degrees Fahrenheit, folks. He can surround himself in flames for protection, making him invulnerable for a short time, and tries to tackle enemies while on fire. He can also spit fire from his mouth and project enormous fire blasts from his hands. So in other words, this guy is a powerhouse. A very fiery powerhouse. Gee. Okay, so yeah, we got more reappearing, disappearing blocks, and these destroyable walls that can only be destroyed using Crash Bomber. In fact, I recommend doing so because it'll make things a little easier. I mean, one time as I was going through this area, in fact, I was actually in the space where the reappearing, disappearing block was going to appear, like right there, right in the pathway. And somehow the game decides to just push me aside and into one of the bottomless pits. I did it on a test playthrough. I didn't record it, though. It would have been interesting, though, but yeah. Anyway, when you use Crash Bomber on one of those special walls, if you somehow manage to die, and when you restart at a certain point, the destroyable walls will remain destroyed, and let's just say it's something that you want to remember for future reference. I'm just saying. Now this is where you need to use Item 2. And Item 2 is basically a rocket jet that propels Mega Man forward. You cannot move up or down, you just go straight forward. Now, going back to the Airman, I Cannot Defeat Airman song, this is what the singer was talking about. They want Item 2 to get across these reappearing, disappearing blocks so they would have an easier time with Heatman stage. So yeah. Now, goody, Sniper Joe's on mechs. Thankfully, the mechs can easily be destroyed with air shooters, so they're not really a threat, really. And here we are, Heatman stage. Heatman's lair, his boss room. There we go. I'd whip out Bubble Lead if I were you, because that is his weakness, because it's a watery weapon, and Heatman's made of fire, so it makes sense. So there he goes, he spits out some projectiles, hit him with some Bubble Lead, he'll go across the room trying to hit Mega Man. 3 hits of Bubble Lead, and he is done for. See? Yep. Cooled you down, didn't you, Heatman? And I'm going to get some more booze because of that. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, not only do we get the Atomic Fire, this is one of the Robot Masters that has, that allows us to get another item. See? We get message from Dr. Light. Item 1 completed. Oh goody, Item 1. Don't worry, I'll show off Item 1 in about a video or so. So goody, another item. Anyway, folks, we will take out the remaining Robot Masters in Part 4. So, I'll see you then.